Derrick Henry has an innate ability to make defenders look silly. With his highlight-worthy trucks and stiff arms, he's become one of the most powerful and dominant running backs in the NFL. He's even earned the moniker of King Henry thanks to his electrifying running style. Before he ever became a professional, Henry was what many consider to be the greatest high school running back of all time. But how did his prowess under the Friday night lights shape him into the player he is today? Looking back at his high school tape, we see how Henry's physicality, desire to be the best, workhorse mentality, and ability to change a culture shaped him into the player he is today. Let's dive into what made Derrick Henry great. Derrick Henry was towering over his peers in high school. He stood at 6'3" and 205 pounds as a freshman at Yulee High School in Yulee, Florida. Henry only got stronger and bigger from there, packing on more muscle throughout his high school career. As a senior, he graduated at a staggering 240 pounds while developing the imposing size and physicality we know him for today. In the weight room, Henry was benching 365 pounds and squatting 500. He also ran a 4.5 second 40-yard dash, so his size didn't slow him down. At the Florida District Championships, Henry ran an 11.11 second 100-meter dash, blazing speed for a giant player with that much muscle mass. Derrick Henry's ability to bowl over opposing defenses, but also burn them vertically, made him one of the most enticing prospects coming out of high school. Even when lining up against other massive humans in college and the NFL, it's never stopped him from making opponents look measly in comparison. Although Henry was born with the upper hand physically, his hard work in the gym and on the field brought him to the next level. He was a varsity starter his freshman year and remained the feature back all 4 years of high school. He never shied away from being the go-to guy, and his workhorse mentality earned him an absurd amount of carries. Yulee's game plan was simple: give the ball to Derrick Henry. Of the team's 630 offensive plays during his senior year, 462 of them were handoffs to Henry. He was a reliable ball handler too, fumbling only 5 times during his career at Yulee. He finished his high school career with a national record 1,399 carries, averaging 29 carries per game. These weren't short yardage handoffs either. Henry averaged a staggering 8.7 yards per carry during his career and bumped that mark up to 9.2 during his senior season. Handing the ball to the future superstar meant a near first down every single time. The combination of his size and speed was impossible for high school defenses to slow down. Henry rushed for under 100 yards just once in high school, a 99-yard outing against Baldwin his sophomore year. How'd he bounce back? With a 337-yard and 6-touchdown performance the very next week. Amazingly, even with that massive workload, Henry never missed a game over the course of his high school career. In fact, until the 2022 NFL season, Henry missed just 2 games in his entire recorded playing career. Henry was an extremely reliable superstar who always had the ball in his hands. But what he did with all those carries is even more impressive. He constantly battled to be the best in every facet of his game, racking up multiple mind-blowing statistical records. Derrick Henry finished his career as the all-time leading rusher in high school history with 12,124 yards. He surpassed a 51-year-old record held by Ken Hall, but needed a senior year playoff push to even finish first in his own Florida high school recruiting class. Kelvin Taylor, a fellow class of 2013 running back from Belle Glade, Florida, finished his high school career just shy of Henry. When the two faced off in a 2012 nationally televised game, Henry came out on top in a big way. He tallied 362 yards and 6 touchdowns in a dominating 42-6 win. The two Florida products ranked number 1 and number 2 all-time nationally for rushing yards. During his senior year, Henry broke the Florida single-season rushing yards record with 4,620 and the single-season rushing touchdowns record with 55. His 153 career rushing touchdowns ranked 5th all-time nationally and are a Florida record. He also set the Florida single-game rushing record with 510 yards during his senior year. That has since been broken by Caleb Wagner in 2021, a standout running back from Baker School. These massive rushing figures didn't stop once Henry left high school. He won the Heisman Trophy in 2015 with the 6th most rushing yards all time in a single college season, the NFL Offensive Player of the Year award in 2020, and is a 2-time NFL rushing and touchdown leader. Henry compiled one of the most statistically impressive high school careers we've ever seen, but his accomplishments didn't end on the stat sheet. He single-handedly changed the culture at Yulee through pure dominance in the run game. His monster numbers translated into wins, the likes of which Yulee had never seen before. In the 3 years before Henry's freshman year, Yulee went a combined 12-18. The addition of Henry turned the program around as they went 32-15 in his 4 years on the team. During his senior season, Henry led Yulee to the state semifinals against the defending state champion, Yulee High School. Although Yulee lost, it was the first time they had reached the state semifinals in any sport. The school retired Henry's jersey number in 2019, their greatest player of all time. Henry became the number 12 recruit in his class thanks to both his ability to run through defenders as well as raise his teammates' level of play. He received 17 D1 offers, including 6 SEC schools, before eventually choosing Alabama. Before he was ever a collegiate superstar and NFL mainstay, Derrick Henry had one of the greatest high school careers of all time. His physical attributes gave him an incredible base to build off of, but his workhorse mentality, ability to change a culture, and desire to be the best developed him into the rushing king we know today. Henry was a statistical anomaly in high school while bulldozing through and racing past every defender in his path. His dominance under the Friday night lights foreshadowed a career full of success at the next level.